Alright, welcome back. This is another episode of Bike Talk. It's been a while, but here we are. You probably know the gist by now, but let's go. First up is Ashley. He says, "Yo, hey Gary, channel is cool. Thanks, Ashley. Here's my 92 stump jumper." And he said, "Roast away." So first up, I feel like people should know by now, crank arm's not level. No bottle in bottle cage. Brooks saddle on the Thompson stem. That's definitely a rule breaker there. And looks like he just got an old stump jumper. Got some fat slicks on there. Got XT on the back. Long cage. Running 1x12 or something. 1x11. Got some narrow bars happening there. And got a little rubber band on his Fox forks. These forks should be pretty light, so that should be pretty good. It's quite unfortunate, but he stuck a disc tab on here. It looks super ugly, I think. These welds, yeah, he must have done these welds himself. They look that bad. This is a great way to ruin a frame if that's what you're into. And then he's got the XT skewer. At least this is facing the right way. Got some rotors on here. I like these rotors. They look pretty cool with all the holes in there. And then got some S-work bars. Got a tidal stem or some type of stem here, pretty tight reach. I think it'd be probably like 35-40 reach. And then he tried to be pretty cute here with all the spaces. But it's quite funny because you can see these spaces and actually different thicknesses. So yeah, gotta lose a few points there. Got some zip tie action here, not looking good either. And yeah, this is the backside shot of his bars. Got some old grips going on here, probably fallen a few times, you can tell by his bar ends. But yeah, these look like the S-Works grips as well. I think these are probably retro ones, but yeah, not sure how they would feel. Got some massive slicks here. Yeah, I'm sure it would ride pretty nice, but I think it'd probably ride a little bit better if you put some knobby tires on there. Not sure why you put these heavy slicks on there, but yeah, that's basically it. Not much else to roast except for, yeah, this crank arm being off a little bit. But yeah, overall, pretty cool bike. Thing looks pretty cool. I like the pedals. These are like stamp pedals or something like that. DMR pedals. And then running the shark fin here, kind of like my previous video, running the useless shark fin. Since it's running one by, it's never really going to drop in there. So yeah, there we go. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks for sending. Next up is Christian. "Hi Gary, longtime fan." Thanks, Christian. I have a 95 Rockhopper. It was gifted to me by a family friend. The bike was hung up at a tenant's place and then moved out when it was left behind. I was then asked if I wanted a bicycle. My brothers and I really enjoy cycling, and the free project, updated Surly bars, S&M Challenger stem. The cables have been replaced and now rides like a champ. The frame is on a small size, but I like to hug around. Alright, let's see. Just asked for a review, so yeah, overall looks pretty sick. Got some green pedals here and a green grip. Nice little setup using the quill converter. Looks pretty fun. Fan up the tires. Got that almost BMX like geo here. Let's see, got any other picks. Here's a front on pick. I've always wanted to try these Surly bars, but I saw them in real life and then the sweep seemed like a bit too much for me. So yeah, I don't know about that, but a lot of people rate them. They seem like they're pretty comfy. I like the straight down parallel cable end here. That's pretty cool. Lined it up with the forks. Never seen that done before. And yeah, I think these are the new Surly bars. Surly sunset bars. Yeah, they're not the sunrise, they're the sunset bars. So I think these have even more sweep and are wider, I think. But yeah, I would like to try these out, but yeah, I don't know if the sweep is too much. I like probably less sweep on mine and then a little bit more up sweep. But yeah, overall cool bike, looks pretty cool. Thanks for sending, Christian. Alright, next one is Fabian. And he sent a couple of emails. I think he sent like 3 emails. Maybe they're just the same emails. He said review or roast, so first of all I'm gonna roast him for sending 3 of the same emails. Not sure why that's necessary. I think he was just super thirsty to get his bike on here. Says, "Hi, here's my bike, Redline Conquest 45. I don't know anything about the bike, so any info would be greatly appreciated. I've done stuff to it, narrow wide, a rack and stuff. Review or roast, whatever you like. Cheers from Sweden." Alright, here's the bike. It's an old Redline. Redline used to make BMX bikes. I used to want to get one when I was a kid, but couldn't afford it, so never got one. But yeah, all right, first roast, I'm gonna roast these grips. These grips are just so out of place, and gonna roast this saddle as well, brown saddle. Yeah, just different era. Bottle cage with the bottle in here. You did good with having the bottle here, but I think just reaching down this while you're riding is gonna be issues. Gonna have issues right there. And yeah, he only sent one pick. So gonna roast him for having the pedal on the rock here, scratching up his pedals. He does have quick release on one side and fender on the back. Gonna roast him for not having a fender on the front though, since most of the water is gonna spray on his face. But yeah, he probably doesn't care about that anyway because he's running these grips. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for sending, Fabian. Looks like a pretty fun ride. All right, next up is Nathan. Nathan said, "Hi Gary, please roast my first retro mod. This is a Shogun Trailbreaker 1. Start with the full bike picture here. Here's a list of mods. Change to BMX bars, BMX grips. These actually look like motorbike grips, I think. Threadless headset, G-Shock shifters, comfy Nance couch grips. Okay. Please also endorse the watermelon aesthetic picture." All right, I'm excited to see what that is. He said roast. Okay, so thanks, Nathan. First roast is gonna roast you having your lever over this flange here. It's gonna be annoying every time you shift gears. Gonna roast you here for not setting up your gear cables properly with too many threads showing right there. Let's see what else he's got. Just like a BMX stem, salt stem. Not much to see in this picture. Maybe he's got, looks like he cleaned up these bars a bit. Looks like they had rust on here and he cleaned it up. And then yeah, big BMX build. Gonna roast you for having too many accessories on the crossbar here. I know it looks like a good space for accessories, but actually makes the bike look kind of clunky with all this stuff on there. And then gonna roast you for having a brake lever on the left hand side, but running no brake. Yeah, no front brake here. Gonna roast you for having reflectors on your bike. Just a one reflector, crank arm's not straight, just the usual here. Gonna roast you for having a pinned crank set. Old Shogun graphics, pretty cool. No bottle cage, no phone on phone holder. Gonna roast you for Arizona iced tea. Drinking this is like super bad for you. So yeah, maybe water probably better. And then running the oldest, slowest derailleur you can. I'll give you a few points for that. Respect for that. And then, yeah, I think you could also clean the chain up a bit. But yeah, overall looks like a pretty fun bike. You do have a horizontal here, but flipped the wrong way. But your pedals aren't horizontal, so yeah, not too much to say about that. But yeah, overall looks like a pretty fun bike. Looks cruisy. Roast you for having a hole in your saddle here. All right, thanks Nathan. All right, next up is Elias. And he says, "Yo dude, I've built a I'm not sure how this works, a commuter maybe." And it says tire frames, and I think he had I don't know, he kind of formatted it with this Comic Sans, so gonna roast him for using Comic Sans. Just do a roast. Crank arm not straight. Probably it's unnecessary to say this, but I'm gonna say it for every bike. Saddle too far back, fenders not straight enough, basket too high up, cables are too long, gold chain, too much rust on the handlebars here, too much patina on the brake lever. I do like this shifter here, looks super sick. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think it looks super cool. Kind of that old tech. I'm gonna roast you for having your kryptonite lock on an angle, not straight. Gonna roast you for having this scratch style tattoo on your stem. Not gonna roast you for this picture of your cassette with the gold chain. Looks pretty gross. All right, that's it. But yeah, looks like a fun bike though. I like the Maxxis DTHs. Would be a good commuter. But yeah, nice job. Thanks, Elias. All right, next up is Josh. Hi, Mr. Projects. It's funny, I haven't had that before. I want to show you my 1963 Schwinn Typhoon. Turned to clunker, got it for 25 bucks. Here's some details. Got a bunch of new parts on it. I think that's everything. A review would be good. She's too old for a roast. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate what you did with the bike. Looks pretty cool. I like the new tires. The Continental Race Kings are pretty light, 2.2s. I'm gonna say your rim here looks a little worn. I like the red theme, and the little dice valve caps look pretty cool. Transparent dice valve caps. Know people that you aren't messing around, you're a gambler. And got some dual shifters here, dual friction shifters. Got a little pump here on the back. Even got the red cable ends, pretty nice. Red jockey wheels. Yeah, overall looks pretty sick. I think looks good. I think the only thing that really looks off is just the frame bag. Looks a little bit weird just because of, yeah, just the lines. They don't really go with the bike in my opinion, but yeah, probably useful for you. And yeah, that's basically it. Just take off the frame bag, maybe put it on here on the back, and would be good. Cheers. Thanks, Josh. All right, next up is James. James says, evening chap, have a look at this and let me know your thoughts. He said roast in his subject, by the way. Concorde, mid-90s. This was his dad's bike that he stole, and what more about his dad doing triathlons. He said he's 27, good age. New cassette on the back, roast away. Major gripes with it being a very amateur bar tape job, attempting cover-up scratch bars. New tan wall tires not matching the tape. So a little bit of a self-roast here. Try to save himself some damage, but let's see it. All right, first roast. Can't see anything with this photo. So maybe if we got all the photos, we might have a complete bike here. Let's see if I can. Okay, he's got a full bike. All right, so first of all, I'm going to say the reach is too long. So I feel like your back's going to be hurting a little bit. And then, yeah, crank arm here, don't have to talk about that. Being a race bike, I would run some bottle cages here because you're going to get thirsty, you're going super fast. And it's got some tan tires. I usually don't like tan walls, but he's got the tan walls with the tan grips, which I think looks all right. Not too bad. I do think, yeah, again, his levers are just down too low. I feel like his wrists are going to break. Got some cages there, old school cages. I respect the cages. I think they would be cool. And looks like an older style wheel set. Not sure what cassette here is running here because it's too blurry. Let's look at his other pics. All right, that's pretty cool. So Nelly, yeah, just like, yeah, gonna roast him. I know he didn't do a good job, but I feel like he went too much overlap here and not enough overlap up the top, which can be a common problem. You kind of start off thinking, yeah, this is going to be sick. And then you get up to here and you start running out of bar tape and you're like, oh, damn. Gotta spread it out a bit more. But yeah, you could always unwrap it and do it again. That's the good thing about bar tape sometimes, so you can do that. Some new wheels. The frame is actually pretty sick, I think. I like this stacked headset as well. Back to the rear pick. Not much to see on this one. Array of rims here, arrow rims. Cool little frame. I think we looked at this picture already. And yeah, Concorde running Altus. I would upgrade some of the parts. I can't see what that is. I think this is 300EX or something. But yeah, the frame looks like a cool frame. So if you ride around and eventually upgrade some of the parts, it would be pretty cool. But yeah, overall, not bad. Nice job. Thanks, James. All right, next up is Rydysyulsulsus. I'm not sure how to say that. Say your name. It's Rydysyulsulsus, I think. All right, it's 94 GT Outpost, blue bonkers, front rack, blah, blah, whatever. Go roast it. Link to his DIY workshop. All right, give him a little shout out. Let's see. Not sure what's happening here. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't work for me, but maybe it'll work for you. It looks like he sent a invite. UB26er maybe? That's his thing? I don't know. All right, here's his bike. Wants a roast. So first pick is, what's he drinking here? Not sure about that. Maybe you should get some clean water. I think that would be a little bit better for your body. And cranks here, not straight. Roast you for SPDs. Roast you for picture being too dark. I do like this saddle though. This saddle's pretty sick. Roast you for your front rack pointing down. Roast you for having a Velcro strap. Roast you for having brown bar tape. All right, a little bit more here. Got some flared bars. Yeah, just a drop gravel bar. Pretty common, I think. Got some nice tread on here. Got tie-dye shirt here to match his handlebars. Went all in on the tats here as well. No cranks. Gonna roast you for no cranks on your bike. No wheel either. No bottles in bottle cages. Again, backlit photo. Let's see what he's drinking. Looks like he's drinking Heineken. So gonna roast him for low quality beer. I do like this little shifter setup on the end of the bar end. That looks pretty cool. Looks pretty fun. Looks like he's got a slight dent from the sunlight here on his frame. I don't know if he knows about that. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, Nathan. I think overall pretty sick gravel build. Yeah, not too much to roast on that one. Thanks, Nathan. Cheers. Yeah, Not Nathan, it's Rydys. Did you say Nathan anywhere? I don't know, maybe I'm just reading an old name. It's Rydysyulsulsus, I think. Thanks, mate. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Justin. Hi, Gary. Greetings from SoCal. Picture 69 Schwinn. It's not my main bike, but it's a blast to ride. Pretty basic build of some original parts and new ones. Please review or roast whatever you think's appropriate. All right, I'll roast it just because I see a few things already. So first up, being a fixed gear. Wait, is it single speed or fixed gear? We're going to say it's a fixed gear. So I'm going to roast you for having a brake on your fixed gear and only one brake lever, so your bike's not symmetrical. You can just take that off anyway. Since it's got a brown hood, that's kind of disgusting. You may as well, just get rid of it. Going to roast you for having your wheel all the way on the end of the dropout here, on the track dropout. Going to lose some aerospace there. You should kind of like slam it in as close as you can. A lot of room here. Slack chain. Going to roast you for this bottle mount held on by hose ties. The bottle looks pretty cool. Little cactus Mickey Mouse thing. Going to roast you for not finishing the paint job here. Exposing the dropouts. Here's another picture of, just the ugly leather. Campy headset. Too many threads here on the brake means it's not set up properly. Gonna roast you for having these old vintage wheels on here. Probably make the bike too slow. Campy cranks without a cap. And then just another picture of the super far dropout here. But that's basically it. All right, not too bad. I do like the clips again. Just make sure they don't scrape when you are riding. And then you might want to put this leather strap, just tuck it in a little bit so it's not hanging loose. But looks like a fun ride. Nice one, Justin. Thanks. All right, next up is David. Greetings, Gary. I like to roast without mercy my new bike. It's my first build, so I think a roast would be more than helpful. Beer and skate runs, pretty slow. Resist the urge to color coordinate too much since the meteorite paint is pretty wild. Source parts, blah, blah, blah. eBay from Portland, Oregon, David. Although, in fact, I'm a graphic designer, I resisted the urge to send you shots of the graphics with the super narrow depth of field. That's good. So usually graphic designers, I do expect their bikes aesthetically to be a little bit nicer. But thanks for not sending graphics of all the typefaces. I probably a little too self-indulgent there. All right, so being graphic designer, you can see everything's pretty much lined up pretty sweet. And then gonna roast him for one thing that's not straight, which is this rack, the rack mount on the front. I bet you this probably bugs him like so much because it's actually not his fault. There's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do to straighten this back rack to be 90 degrees, but he did choose this rack himself, so I guess he has to live with it. He's got the light going on, got a bag. Gonna roast him for having a handlebar bag and a front rack. Seems a little bit overkill. Gonna roast him for having the beer sideways. That's not gonna be good. Gonna roast him for having his light too close to the seat post clamp. It's probably gonna hit. And let's see what else we got. He's got his crank arm horizontal, which is pretty cool. I think his chain might be okay length here. No bottle in bottle cage. Here's the front, looking pretty good on the front here. Got some X1 levers, Q. I think he went all out on the Qs. Grip set, got Apple AirTag here. Gonna expose him for the AirTag. You might want to put this somewhere where it's a little bit more hidden. I'm gonna roast him for matching the end cap here to his bike. Too cute for that one. Brake cable getting a little short here. And the yoke a little bit high, but not too bad, I think, for your first time. Gonna roast you for your grip tape, scratching up your rack here. Gonna give you a point back for putting a bottle in bottle cage, but then lose a point again for crank arm not being horizontal, pedal not being horizontal. More pics. All right, gonna roast you for having a polar board and for your slightly bent trucks here with your wheels. I don't know what wheels these are, but they seem like too wide. And that's basically it, David. Not too bad overall, I think. Gonna roast him for this JBL speaker. No one wants to listen to your music. All right, thanks, David. Nice build. All right, next up is Alain. He says, roast me, guys. I love your project. Learned a lot from videos. Thanks, Alain. Some parts here. So he's got his massive build. Looks like an old TT bike. That is a mini velo bike, I think. Yeah, Chinese mini velo with a hidden logo. So he said roast away. Gonna roast you for having duct tape on your bike seat. Gonna roast you for having just this filler. So much filler, you must be putting a lot of holes in your walls. Gonna roast you for this fender for being too high off the wheel. I don't know if it's gonna help. And then, is this fixed? No, it's not fixed. Can't be fixed because he's got a front brake on there. Gonna roast you for this cable action. You think he could, when he's strapped on this bucket, he could just strap it to the rack and not kind of bend his cable like that. But yeah, obviously he doesn't care about that because he's running these yellow zip ties with not even the ends cut off and with the yellow grips as well. Empty bottle cage, crooked cage as well with the hose clamps. Yeah, this is a pretty funky bike. Looks fun, but yeah, your saddle's kind of short. Needs a little bit of work there. It's strange that you didn't put the bottle cage in the middle, but you opt to put it DIY style on the front like that. I feel like your front's going to get a little bit too heavy and it's kind of like hard to grab your bottle from sitting down there on the forks. But yeah, overall it seems like a pretty fun bike. I like the Maxxis chiz on the wheels. But yeah, crank arm not straight. Nice, thanks Al, thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Brett, and he said roast. So yeah, this is Brett's bike. Pretty wild. It looks like it's running 24s on the back with a fat bike wheel on the front, which is massive. And he's kind of going for this transformer construction look. It's got some construction tape on here. I think this bike would ride pretty weird though, because the front is up so much, but then he's got like arrow kind of bars, so you never go down on the bars. He should just do flat bars or whatever. I'm not sure these positions up high would actually change that much. And then he's got some battery pack going down here. I'm not sure where it's going, not sure what it's doing. Maybe it's a light or something, but then he's got a light here. But yeah, this is basically it. Single speed type of bike, but super uncomfortable, probably just a parts bike. Looks like got some wire going on here as well. Maybe a wire for light in front. Yeah, thanks for sending Brett. Crazy bike. All right, next up is Alain. Do it. He said wants to roast. Cost 200 AUD. Thanks for the conversion rate. Appreciate that. Thanks for the fun learning, by the way. No worries, Alain. Thanks for sending. So yeah, first of all, gonna roast him for having pink forks. Seems like a little too much of a statement. Gonna roast him for having his pedal horizontal or vertical here. Yeah, just trying to be different. Can't really see his toe overlap. Gonna roast you for these paper-ish fenders. Your 300 LX derailleur here seems a little strange too. Running 3x, got the frame bag, and got a bottle, got a pump. Seems like a pretty funky build overall. I do appreciate you trying to clean up the stem converter here with some stem spaces. Got a little light on the back. And yeah, not much to say about it. I think this is just a smallish bike, so the geo looks a little bit funny, but yeah, it looks like fun, looks like gets you around. You got some nice scenery in the back at least with this backlit shot and running some micro shift levers. Yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for sending Alain. Not too bad. Alright, next up is Pako, my humble steed. He said roast. So gonna roast him for having his bike in his shop. The store owner must be like so mad at him. It's like, come on, just buy something and get out. That's what I'd be saying to him for sure. And it's just like, he already cracked open a can inside the store. Just so much disrespect. But bike wise, I do like this fender on the back. Crank arm not straight. We kind of bag or speaker here. Probably a speaker just to annoy the store clerk. But yeah, that's basically it. I'd say do your local store man a favor or store woman a favor and just leave your bike outside, maybe lock it up outside. Thanks, Pako. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Brendon, or Brandon with an E. Hi Gary, love the channel. Thanks, Brendon. Love the Bike Talk episodes. Easy subscribe ever. Thanks. It's been a while though. Sorry about that. 92 Cannondale M700. Sad shape, but see what you can do at Hornets Bikes. He said he just wants a review, so overall pretty cool frame, I think. I think what you can do is maybe just get some new tires for it, maybe new chain, clean up the stem here. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of work overall, I think, but good solid guts to start from. And you can see this is what he's done here. So things looking pretty good. Looks like he took my advice and got a new chain, got some new tires, and he definitely cleaned up the stem here. Looks way cleaner than before. He must have put some vapor rust on there. And his derailleur here seems pretty tight. I'm not sure if he needs an extra link or two in his chain. But I like the upgrades. I like the pedal upgrades. I think cleaned up pretty well. Looks pretty cool. Nice little front rack and basket on the front. Super handy. Cruisy handlebars. But yeah, looking pretty good. Nice job. Yeah, I don't know about... Yeah, again with this derailleur. Looks like it's stretched out a bit. But I'm not sure. I've never used these type of derailleurs before. Alright, just a couple more pics. And yeah, that's basically it. Sweet. Overall, pretty nice bike. I think this is a pretty nice build. Thanks, Brendon. All right, next up is Tyler. He said some ancient Greek quote. It says roaster bike, and then it's a Soma basically. And he said, shout out high school welding shop teacher. All right, shout out Tyler's shop teacher. And he said roast. So here it is. Just a close-up picture. First picture he decided to send was a close-up of his old disgusting Brook saddle with this off-white tag coming off the shoe. I think this is just like, yeah, I don't know, kind of super corny having an off-white tag on an old Brook saddle. Not sure reason why he put that on. And then got the old blue lug mini reflector on there. Another close-up shot where you can't really see much. Shout out his welding teacher, but not shouting out his photography teacher. Here, a few bottles going on, a few bins on the back of his bike. Got a little accessory here for the buying cable. Alright, here's more of a side pick. So it looks like he updated the forks, or these might be the Soma forks that came, but rigid forks here, Brook saddle on the back, big frame bag on the front, big bins on the back again. This is him. What's up, Tyler? He's got... Can't really see what this hat is, but some vintage style maroon hat with a gold kind of plating, just to show he's kind of a classy guy. And then he's got these square style glasses from, I think this is pro from Repop from, yeah, maybe 80s era sunglasses. It's got a nose ring going on and an earring here. Tells you definitely not to mess with him. Got a small little statch here with a kind of a greasy kind of smirk. So I don't know if I'd trust this dude. Wearing a bandana around his neck. Not sure what that's for. Maybe when he gets sweaty, he's trying to cool himself down. But I don't know if that actually just makes him hotter. Got some tattoos here, some random tattoos. Got an old style American graphic tattoo with a new style, like geometric design here. Maybe that's his thing, combining the old and the new. Since he did the Brook saddle with the off-white tag, he's doing it with his tattoos here. Running some Adidas shoes here. I think he really likes brown. So yeah, gold, maroon, gold, beige, brown. You can say these got some dirt on his pants, and yeah, brown shoes again. You can see why his saddles always goes scratched up, because he always puts his bike upside down like this. Got some pink grips. Trying to put the wrong wheel size on here. It's not going to fit. And yeah, another pick here. Looks like he's gone somewhere, which is good. I appreciate that. But yeah, again, Brook's logo coming off because he probably put his bike upside down. Keep scratching it. Came off. Got some stickers here. And yeah, just again, couple of more kitchen bins on the back here. But yeah, overall, I think pretty cool bike. Looks like he gets him around. Looks like he does a lot on it. And yeah, thanks Tyler. Thanks for sending that in. All right, next up is Valentine. Hello Gary. Hello Valentine. This is my 89 Univega. Make me cry. Love from Argentina. So yeah, so this is his bike. He wants a roast. I don't know how often he cries, so I can't be sure that I make him cry, but I'm gonna roast him for having his saddle at the wrong angle, with his rack at the wrong angle and his rack touching his fender. Gonna roast him for having two different tan wall tires. Gonna roast him for crank arm not being straight, no bottom bottle cage, lever touching the frame here. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. Maybe he set me up. Maybe he set himself up to fail. A little picture of the back rack here. Not sure why he sent this picture in, but Gonna roast him for having 5 zip ties for his chainstay protector. Seems a bit of a overkill there. He's got his Suntor or some type of shifter. Maybe it's a canopy shifter, friction shifter setup. I actually do like this. So point back here and then a point here for this nice stem and handlebar setup. Looks like albatross bars, but I'm not sure. But yeah, one last thing, gonna roast him for not his fender not being connected up here. I think if you connect the fender, you probably get a lot less shaking. But yeah, it looks like he spent some money on this bike and got a lot of nice parts on here. But yeah, I feel like he just needs to go over and straighten everything up with the ruler, and then he would have a like really nice looking bike. Maybe put a bit of T-cut on here, and then yeah, he would maybe take it from a 2 to a 4. Nice, Valentine. Cheers. All right. Hi, Ian. Seeing you 2 of my bikes review a roast. So kind of broke the rules here, so we'll just do one. Let's see which one we want to do. All right. So I think this one's pretty ugly, so I'm not going to do it, even though I could roast it a lot. I will do this one. I think this one looks way cooler. So first up, crank arm not straight. I do appreciate this DIY business going on with the front rack. It looks pretty cool, but using 2 different gauges. Gonna roast you for having your bottle bolts just a little far out on all of them. I feel like that would just annoy me so much. I'm gonna roast you for having your cables a little tight against your basket. Looks a little bit funky. Gonna roast you for having your Pacifico drinks upside down, and then your handlebar tilt a little too forward. I think this frame might be a little bit too small for him because he's got it slammed back and it tilt forward a little bit. But yeah, I like the DTHs. Looks like a pretty good fun ride. Would be nice and smooth. And yeah, that's basically it. I think the cables don't look too bad once you took away the beer. Maybe the beer's just pushing up against it. Alright, we'll do one more. Mario, love the series, gets me to know more about bike parts and little things. Probably not that helpful, I don't think, but I'm glad you like it. Okay, CX for commuter delivery bike. Alright, this is Mario's delivering some Victoria's Secret in a pretty mashed up bag, so I feel like whoever's getting this is not going to be too happy with your delivery. And running some 700s on here, nice tires. These tires look pretty sick. Kryptonite lock, good for delivery person and commuting. Got some Rock Bros bag here, got a pump, got a lot of tape going on his carbon fork here. A little zoom up to the SRAM rival. I think you got to do something about this cable here. You're right on the end, it's gonna snap anytime. You might need to get a little bit longer cable. What you want to do is if you don't want to buy a new cable, just take this out, cut the hosing about here, and then thread it back through, and then you'll get a little bit more cable, and then cut all this other crap off. Some cool tires, Panaracer. Yeah, I knew they were pretty cool. And then here's a different setup, a different tire in the front. But yeah, overall looks pretty cool. If you stand from far away, it looks like a pretty cool bike with just a slight purple on the grips, and yeah, a little bit color here and there. It looks pretty cool in silver and black. But yeah, overall looks pretty cool. Here's his Mess Lifestyle with the big bag on the front. I don't know how secure that is, but maybe because it's got the big straps, he might put it on his back or maybe put it on the front when he's riding. Crank arm not straight. I do like this little gator grip, gator style or gator skin chainstay protector. But yeah, overall pretty cool bike. Not a mountain bike, but I think pretty sick. Nice. Thanks for sending that in, Mario. Alright, that's it. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I think I got through a bit. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.